welcome to What's Not to Like, and today we're looking at Pioneers by Emmanuel Onea, and it's a Queen Games production and very much in the Gateway Games idiom. We played in about 90 minutes, easy to learn rules, plenty to get your head round to though, and plenty to get your teeth into. It works well. It's a travelling across the map game, and the piece we need to show you is this particular piece here, which is the stagecoach, and all the players will move that in turn across the board, and that becomes the focus of the game throughout the game. What you do is, as you go along, the little pioneers there, those little meeples there, they're taken off the stagecoach depending on the hex, or sorry, the octagon that you reach. They take the appropriate pioneer off the stagecoach, place him on the map. As you can see, you can build roads as you go along. You don't have to travel on your own roads. It is free on your own roads though. You can go on the black unbuilt roads, that costs you a silver, or you can go on somebody else's roads and that costs you a silver as well, paid to that player. The whole point of the roads, apart from that, is you score quite heftily at the end of the game for each pioneer on your biggest network of roads. So at 2 points a pioneer, I think we racked to about 16, 18 points each, which is significant in the game. The other point scoring comes from the stagecoaches, and as you travel along, the idea is to get all your pioneers off the stagecoach onto those octagons, and then as you can see, you're scoring points for the smaller ones there, 4 points, your initial starter, 12 points, and then you've got some others at 7 and 10 and so forth. So nice and straightforward. In your turn, you're going to do 3 actions. You're going to get some money in, and then you're going to have your chance to build some roads, or to get a stagecoach, or do a combination if you've got the option to do more than one action. And finally, you move the stagecoach along and try and place some pioneers down on the map. That might cost you some money to do it, and you may well get some money back at the end of it. In terms of your strategies, you've got to look carefully at the map to see where those octagons are placed and relate those to the octagons you've got on your stagecoach, and then look at these effects you get for the different characters that come into play. So let's have a look at those in some more detail. This lady here, she allows you to increase the number of actions you get in this middle section. You do need a good bit of money to pay for those actions, but certainly towards the end of the game you want to be doing more than just one action. Money comes from the banker. You get an initial amount of money here of 3 silver each turn, and then get an extra silver each time if that banker is used. There's also another way to get money, which is that people can jump in with one of their pioneers into the same octagon that you've removed, and they will pay you a silver for that privilege. The next fellow along here, this light blue, as you can see, place an extra road for free or 2 roads for free, and you have the option to place one of those roads as a duplicate, and that's the only time you can have 2 roads running together. That's very useful for your network building. This next chap, as you can see, allows somebody to be slung off the stagecoach. Very, very nice. That's extremely useful if you're trying to clear out people from your stagecoach. If you're running into difficulty, say getting rid of this this one here, for example, that's the guy who's doing the mining. Well, that's an option to get rid of that. If there's no more octagons on the board or nowhere nearby, that's the way you would go ahead and do it. So here he is. So as you can see, you simply get a nugget of gold when you get that fellow, and that's victory points, straight victory points. This chap is a farmer, and when you place a farmer, you have the chance to take other farmers off other stagecoaches and put more than one in that particular octagon, which can be very useful as well. And finally, this is the wild card, the hotel. Place anybody you like in there, and you get 3 silver. So as you can see, that planning of what is available on the map and what is available in your stagecoach, that's where the nub of the game lies. We didn't really explore buying more than 1 or 2 stagecoaches. I think if you could afford to buy several, it gives you a lot more options on the map. And And so you build up your game. And I think it's like a lot of these games, if you can see a lot and lots of connections there, black lines. I think when you first start playing, you don't imagine you can make these networks all hang together. But lo and behold, it's surprising how many of those you can build roads on and navigate quite successfully across the board to make lots of things happen. So a good strategic game in that respect. There isn't any sort of underlying strategy beyond that. I mean, it really is a case of looking at what's available, looking what's on your stagecoach, building your route to match it up and scoring your points. But that's plenty to get your teeth into and makes for a very, very good game.